Hi, this is Larry Sprinkle, and we are celebrating National Read Across America Day with lots of great books. The book I have today is called Kibby the Space Dog. Look at that face right there. All right, let's take a look at it. This is by Andrea Cassell. My name is Kibby. I'm a miniature Labradoodle. I was born on St. Patrick's Day. Life is wonderful. I'm a happy dog. I love my adventurous walks in my neighborhood. I watch the squirrels run around me. I listen to the birds chirping. I let other dogs sniff me. I'm good friends with the dogs in my neighborhood. They give me lots of kisses. Car rides are a special treat. I get to stick my head out. I can see everything around me. I love the wind in my face. People in other cars smile and wave at me. They say, "What a cute dog." The children in my neighborhood play games with me. I love it. I'm a happy dog. I kiss all the kids. One day I had to visit the doctor at the veterinary clinic. I really like the vet, especially because I got yummy treats. I saved up lots of kisses for the doctor, too. I needed stitches for a small cut on one of my paws. The doctor put a plastic cone-shaped object around my head so I wouldn't chew on my stitches. I didn't like the plastic cone. It was different. It bothered me. I was a sad dog. When I got home, I tried to eat, drink, sleep, and play with my toys, but it was so very hard to do anything with that darn plastic cone around my head. I had to keep the plastic cone on my head for 2 weeks. It was a really long time. I was a sad dog. For some reason, my adventurous walks were not the same. The squirrels ignored me. The birds didn't chirp. And the dogs didn't sniff me anymore. And I didn't get any kisses. My car rides were not the same either. People in other cars would laugh at me. They said, "Look at that dog." The children in my neighborhood didn't want to play games with me. I think they were afraid of me. I was a sad dog. I couldn't do any of the fun things I used to do. Life wasn't so wonderful. I was being rejected because people thought I was now different. My life was not the same anymore. I lost my fun, my playful spirit. One night, I had this amazing dream. I went to outer space. I saw lots of dogs wearing plastic cones on their heads, just like me. I saw many kinds of dogs, big and little dogs. And the dogs were happy, and I didn't stand out. I wasn't the only one who had a plastic cone around their head. Outer space was fun. No one judged me or laughed at me, and all the dogs treated me the same. I got lots of sniff, sniff, sniff. I learned to eat, drink, sleep, and play with a plastic cone around my head by watching the other dogs. I was a happy dog. All of a sudden, I woke up. I found myself back in my bed. It was only a dream. I was a sad dog again. I wanted to go back in space with the other dogs who were just like me. No one would ignore me, and no one would laugh at me, and everyone would play games with me, and everyone would sniff, sniff, sniff me. These past 2 weeks were hard for me. It seemed like years. I got used to the way things were. I accepted it. Today, I went to visit my doctor again. She checked my stitches to see if they had healed. The doctor said I had healed nicely. She said the plastic cone could come off. Yippee! I was a happy dog. When I got home, I went for my adventurous walks in my neighborhood. Sniff, sniff, sniff. The squirrels ran around me. The birds were chirping, and the dogs sniffed me. I went for a ride in the car. I stuck my head out so I could see everything around me. People in other cars smiled at me and said, "What a cute dog." The children in my neighborhood played games with me, and I was so delighted. I was a happy dog. I loved and kissed everyone. One day, on one of my adventurous walks, I saw a dog in my neighborhood wearing a plastic cone around his head. He looked like a sad dog. So I went over to the dog. I gave him a nice sniff, sniff, sniff. He was very friendly. He gave lots of kisses too. I remembered how I felt when I had that plastic cone around my head. I remembered how everyone ignored me. I remembered how I didn't fit in. I remembered how I was a sad dog. I didn't want this dog to feel the same way I did. I hope the dog would have an amazing dream like me. I hope he would dream he saw lots of dogs in space wearing plastic cones on their heads just like him. And no one would judge him, and no one would laugh at him, and he would be in a wonderful place where everyone was treated the same. And then he would be a happy dog. You know what's great about this book? Right here at the very end, the last page, are pictures of the real Kibby and lots of other people and friends. So when you think about it, what a fun book to read. And what a nice story about how not everyone is the same. And we all are different in our own way. And sometimes we may look a little different, but we should all be treated the same. That's what this book really tells that story. It's called Kibby the Space Dog. Even though he didn't really go to space, it was a dream. It was a fun book to read. And that's why we encourage everyone, to pick out your favorite kind of book and read it and spend a lot of time reading. We go to school and we read. We have to because that's school. But there's always books that something you like, a subject you like. So maybe it's about outer space or maybe it's a book about weather, something like that. That's why Read Across America Day is so, so very important. I'm Larry Sprinkle. Thanks for reading along with me.